All he needed was our love. All he needed was our trust. And man, he got the fucking job done. Ranger Suarez tonight pitches an amazing, amazing fucking game to win us the game 5-0 in his second career shutout game. What's going on, everybody? It's Eric here with the 302 Birds Phillies post-game show, coming to you live after that amazing game against the Rockies. Tonight we have a special guest, Big Sean in the house, breaking down the Phillies with me tonight.
What's up?
So let's get into that.
I'm on the main podcast, as you know, but I decided to come on for the post game live. So
Ranger Suarez tonight goes 9 innings, 9 freaking innings to get his second career shutout. I was honestly kind of scared that Topper was not going to let him go 9, just because we know how Topper can be sometimes and be kind of an ass when it comes to pitching and letting pitchers pitch. But happily, Topper, did let Ranger go. Right now, actually, we do have the lowest or one of the lowest starting pitching ERAs in MLB with our starting pitchers. Right now, we're sitting behind both the Red Sox and the Royals. We are the third lowest starting pitching ERA. The Red Sox have a 1.92, Royals have a 2.25, and we have a 2.95.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I'm seeing from this Phillies starting rotation. I mean, when Wheeler was on the mound the other day, I guess it was really just the bullpen that blew that game. But yeah, starting pitching hasn't been an issue. Nola was lights out the last time he pitched. I like what I'm seeing from Ranger Suarez. Obviously, I mean, he pitched a hell of a game tonight. But I'm interested to see what happens with like Christopher Sanchez, if he's going to be reliable throughout the season, and also if whenever Taiwan Walker is healthy, if they decide to put him in that starting rotation position, which I don't think they will because he came to spring training out of shape and injured, so and he knew that, so like I don't think the Phillies would really appreciate that. So I think they'll just throw him in the bullpen when he's fully healthy and then see what he got. And if Christopher Sanchez is actually struggling, then bring him in and see what he has to offer. But yeah, this Phillies rotation is stellar right now.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think we need to start getting bats behind us. It was a great game tonight because we did score those 5 runs. I think anytime that we score 5 or more runs, we definitely end up winning games. What's going on, Sam? Ranger definitely was sensational tonight. Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, I think anytime that we can score 5 or more runs is definitely a great game. Definitely think that if we can get the bats behind us, we're unstoppable. I mean, everybody's having great outings right now. Turnbull's having great outings. Christopher Sanchez, Ranger, Nola, and Wheeler. Granted, we need to get Wheeler his first win because I'm tired of him having these great outings and not being able to get that win. What's going on, Jordan? That was a great performance. But going into our next topic, or did you have something to say? Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, like a touch up. But like for how bad our bullpen is right now at the moment, and I mean it's not every pitcher in our bullpen, but like Nick Nelson deserved to get thrown down into the minors. And I just think if we score amount of runs like you said, a decent amount of runs, 5 or more per game, I don't think it's in the range of with our starting rotation, to get blown, a blown save or something like that, or a blown, lead. So I mean, I think like you said, once this team starts hitting, they're unstoppable because they'll score so many runs, and teams won't be able to compete.
Right, definitely. But I don't know if you saw. I don't know if anybody else that was watching saw, but Harper apparently wanted to play a little bit of a game tonight. and play musical bats. His first at bat tonight, he used Nick's bat, and it showed in the broadcast. You could see the little, I guess they have like little tags on the bottom of the bat. It definitely said 8 on there. It did not say our typical 3 for our boy Harper. So he did strike out with that bat, using that bat. I think that bat is honestly cursed because Nick is just not producing right now, but we'll get into that in a few minutes. After his first at bat, he used Bohm's bat to see if he could get a hit. And then after that, he just went back to using his regular bat. Harper did have a double. He did bat in a run, and then he had a 2-run home run to get us up to that 5-run lead.
Yeah, I mean, for how much he's been struggling in the last couple games, it's good to see him actually drilling the ball when he needs to. That home run was magnificent. I mean, it's Harper. Every time you see a Harper home run, it's just electric. I could watch it over 1,000 times and I won't get tired of it. So, yeah, I mean, Harper, I think it's still really early in the season. And, he'll start heating up. It's still very, very early in the season. The Phillies aren't a very, they're a slow team to start off the season every single season, and then they start picking it up midway through and then towards the backstretch where they need to. But yeah, Harper, good to see with that double and then the RBI still contributing, and then that home run.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that once they do start heating up, that we'll start seeing more runs. We'll start seeing more production. I definitely think Harper needs to. He was in a little bit of a slump, and I think tonight kind of got him out of that. I think that he was able to overcome that slump, but I do think that if he wants to play musical bats, go for it. I mean, if it's helping him in the long run produce and get these runs, then whatever. This is just extended spring training. Opening day for them is June 1st. I mean,
I I think it's more of, when he's playing musical bats, it's more of like a placebo effect. It's in your head that you're using somebody else's bat and you think you're gonna do better, even though it's the same wood. You're using the same wood theoretically, just a different name and number on it. But if he wants that in his brain, if his bat's not working, then and he wants to pass him around, then go ahead. Whatever works. Whatever, makes you want to hit the ball. See the
well, I
ball
mean,
better.
aren't the lengths different as well? Like they
Oh
are
yeah,
different
I
heights.
mean, yeah, people go with different weights and lengths. So like people like a heavier bat if they want to, swing faster. Or I mean, swing through the ball, but then yeah, they go lighter so they swing faster. But yeah, and then yeah, I mean, some people use like a 35-inch bat, some people use so and so on. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm just reading through the comments here. Jordan says that Harper was due for one. I definitely think he was due. He hasn't really been producing ever since that 3-run home run game. Um, and I mean, he's capable of hitting home runs almost every game if he wants to. Um, and again, I want to go back to this thing for Sam that with it being extended spring training. Um, I think, and we talked about this a couple times on the show. I think what's the biggest obstacle or thing that I wish they didn't say was that they wanted to come out hot. I do think some games that we are playing right now do look like spring training games, with them just being super cold. But I think tonight was definitely a great game in terms of them making contact, them getting the ball in play, them being able to get those runs that they needed to get. Because, I mean, they had base runners on tonight and they were able to get those runs in. On the other
and
hand,
not
though,
only that,
go ahead.
they had pitching to back them up too. So that was another thing that really helped them out. But I think tonight was their best win so far,
I
without
mean,
a doubt.
even with the pitching, we didn't have to use anybody in our bullpen tonight, so that gives another day where we can have those bullpen arms to back up more people. But with the negative, Nick is still ice fucking cold. He is cold
He's
as
colder than the
shit.
Titanic water, buddy.
dude, he's colder than the Arctic. He's colder than the fucking, I don't even know. But Nick Castellanos has now gone 64 at bats, 64 without an extra base hit to begin the season. And it's believed to be the longest streak by a Phillies hitter since Mickey Morandini, who had 72 at bats to begin in 1997.
I didn't, you think about it, 64 at bats already in the season, like seems like a lot. Like it's ridiculous, but yeah, Nick Castellanos is very, very, very cold right now. And I don't know. He's a very streaky player. When he wants to be good, he'll be good. But then when he gets into a slump, it's like the longest everlasting slump, and you can't get out of it. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying. He check swings on so many pitches, specifically the one that I saw. It was a video. I guess it was against the Pirates. It was like 3 feet to 4 feet outside of the strike zone, and he chuck swung. Like what? I don't know what you see, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
looking at, and I took a couple screenshots just because last night I was trying to show people and it was being weird. But I mean, like, look at this. Why is he swinging at something that's like way out of the zone? I mean, if you look at this, like he's swinging at this, he's swinging at things that are way out of the zone. He had a later at bat where you couldn't even see where the pitches were because it was behind this batter field box. But he's swinging at stuff that's like way up here. Why the hell are you swinging at shit that's way up here when you could be taking those for balls and just walk instead? I'd rather Nick walk and have the person behind him, whoever it is that night, bat him in than him being a guaranteed out. Because if there's two things that are guaranteed in this Phillies lineup right now, it's that Nick and Rojas are both guaranteed outs.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. But yeah, Rojas, I mean, he's struggling too. But yeah, Nick, I don't know. You could love him, and you could like say he's the greatest player on the Phillies at sometimes. But then there's these type of moments where he's swinging at absolute dog shit. Above his head. Like I think he literally just gets up to the plate and just goes there just to like just shows up. He doesn't even give it effort. He's taking his eye off the ball. He's not even putting effort into his swing. He's pulling his swing. Like I don't know. I mean, I'm not an MLB player by no means, and I never will be. But it's obvious to fans that he's not great right now.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely not great. He's definitely not producing. There's times where he's at bat, he has runners in scoring position and he can't do shit. He can't do shit. And I mean, like, it's just very disappointing seeing him coming off of an all-star season last season. Granted, he went super cold towards the second half of the season, super cold during the postseason. And now he's just super cold to start the season. And I really, really hope that he gets it together soon because we need somebody that's able to produce towards the end of the lineup. And if he can't, then again, maybe the same conversation that we've been having with Rojas needs to be had with Nick, with sending him down a few games. I don't want to do that, and I don't think that's a very
Mm.
logical idea, but he's just super cold.
And I think the reason why he's more, staying up right now is because he's good defensively. Like last year, he didn't make a single error in the outfield. As slow as he is, and as like his arms not very that like not strong, he's a good defensive player, and that's the reason why they still have him. But I would give Pache some turns in right field. What could go wrong? Pache could play that position, so I think sometimes you need to, and you can't even move him to DH. You just have to bench him a couple games because he's obviously not contributing on offense. So why would you put him at DH? Like you just need to let him rest, get out of his slump, or send him down, like you said. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. But to go ahead and start closing out the show with our last topic, we're finally at double digit wins. We are finally at 10-8. If we look here, I'm going to pull up our standings just so everybody can see. If we look here, we are at 10-8. We're sitting right behind the Braves, unfortunately, at 10-5. We are 1.5 games back, so we do need to win 2 games in order to overtake them. But Mets are slowly creeping up on us. So like I said last night when I was on the show, we do need to start winning these games here, especially with with the Mets being right behind us, because we don't want to be sitting in the third spot. We don't want to be, having to fight and claw our way back up, so that way we can get back to where we need to be and hopefully overtake the division. I don't know if anybody saw today, but not only is Spencer Strider out for the season, but I believe, I want to say it's Ozuna. I could be wrong. I'm going to double check here in a second.
Ozzy
Who was it?
Albies.
Albies. Okay.
Ozzy
So
Albies.
Albies,
Yeah,
yeah, he's out for, I believe he's on the 10-day IL with a fractured toe. So
that is correct.
that's a whole week and a half where we can play games and get ahead of the Braves.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't wish injury upon any player in the MLB as much as I could hate a team, but it's definitely, you when you see stuff like this happen, you have to take advantage of it, and you need to keep on going as a team. But like, I mean, I'm gonna say it's being the Phillies and seeing Spencer Strider out, it definitely helps you because he's their ace. He's their number one pitcher in the rotation. And I mean, I feel bad for the guy because, I mean, the UCL and Tommy John surgery is nothing to play around with, and I don't expect him to return probably for another year and a half. Like he probably will miss the whole next season and more and some. So, but yeah, I mean, like you said, yeah, you got to take control and start winning these games when they, because all these games matter, and you want to win games in the beginning of the season as much as you do at the end of the season. So,
Yeah, definitely. And I think it helps when you win games more in the beginning of the season, especially towards the end when you're trying to get into the postseason and maybe you lose a game or two. But when you lose that game or two, it's not that big of a deal because you have a cushion to fall back on because you're winning these games now. But I know you said earlier when we were talking, tomorrow is the last game of the series, and then we go on to play the White Sox Thursday, Friday, and I believe Saturday. I think it's a 3-game series. I don't think it's a 4, but let me double check. Yeah, no, sorry, we have an off day on Thursday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we do have an off day this week. So hopefully, we do win the game tomorrow. It would be, I think, Sean, you said it would be our first sweep of the season. I don't think we've swept anybody so far yet, right?
yeah, it would be the first sweep of the season because I mean, you track back, you didn't win the first series. You haven't won a series yet. You either split or lost the series. That's what it was. So this would actually be their first sweep and first series win.
Okay. Would it be
I'm
our
pretty
first
sure.
series win? I think I
Actually,
was going to say, I think we won against,
I don't know.
let's see,
I'm
who
not
did we win?
sure. I mean, we played the Braves, we played the Pirates, we played. There was a couple teams that we played.
We won
Mm,
we won a series against the Cardinals. We won a series
there
against
you
the
go,
Nationals
Cardinals.
as well. So we
The
had
Nationals
back-to-back
too.
series wins.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So this would be the third straight series win, but first sweep of the season, which would be nice because it gives all the confidence going to play the White Sox. And you see, like winning is contagious, hitting is contagious. Obviously not for Nick Castellanos though. But I mean, yeah. So yeah, Nick hitting is not contagious for him right now. He's allergic to it right now. But yeah, so it's nice to see. But yeah, we'll see what's going on in the near future, and hopefully the Phils get rolling.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely no reason why we can't sweep this series and sweep the next series as well, just because we're playing arguably two of the worst teams in the MLB right now. I mean, the Rockies are now 4-14, and the White Sox are, I think they're 2-14. Let me double check. Yeah, they're 2-14 right now. So I mean, there's no reason why we can't end this series in a sweep and then come in after our off day on Thursday and completely blow the White Sox out of our stadium.
Yeah, the White Sox aren't a very good team, and especially getting rid of Tim Anderson too. That never.
Knock
I
on
mean,
wood.
yeah, knock on wood, of course. But yeah, Tim Anderson, it definitely didn't help him getting rid of him. He's actually in our division now, but yeah, the White Sox aren't a great team, so you got to take advantage of these series and these games while you're playing these bad teams and rack up as many wins as you possibly can for the backstretch when you go to play, the Yankees. If you ever, I don't think they play the Yankees during the regular season, but I'm just saying that the Orioles, if you ever play them, they're going to be a tough team to play. So,
I
um,
think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I know they changed it last year. Don't we play every team once?
yeah, I think it's every team once, at least once or more. So, because like if you're in division, you obviously have a series, but yeah, so yeah, you play at least every. I mean, yeah, you play. Yeah, that's what it is. You play at least once. So yeah, so they'll play. I mean, they'll play the Dodgers, which is a tough team to beat. The Yankees, they're on a roll. Diamondbacks, of course. I mean, they're nothing to play around with right now. But yeah, there's a lot of teams. That's why I'm saying you got to win as many games as possible while you have the chance.
Right. All right, guys. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Phillies do win against the Colorado Rockies 5-0. Ranger Suarez has a phenomenal outing, goes 9 innings pitched. And that's going to do it for me and Sean tonight. So,
I mean,
have a
I
good night,
got one
everybody.
thing else to say,
Go
and
ahead.
that's one thing. So us 302 birds tomorrow night. I want to make it known tomorrow night at Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street in Newark, Delaware. We are hosting our Eagles Autism charity event. It is the Celebrity Guest Bartender Night. If you have the time, please, please, please stop by. It's from 6 to 10. There's going to be special guests. There's going to be, the Philly Sports Guy is going to be out there. Birdman's going to be out there. Club 215, and so many more people. It's a good event, good time, good people. So don't forget it. And if you can't make it, then that's all right. But that's all I got to say for the rest of the night. See you.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. I Don't text me about it and I completely forgot. Um Also as well with that bartending night, I believe Dalt said to bring cash tips. It makes it easier for donations. So just make sure you have a stack of cash on you. Bring a whole stack of hundreds. Throw that shit out everywhere. Make sure you tip your bartenders if you are going. Everybody that's going is phenomenal people. And yeah, let's raise a bunch of money for Equals Autism. Um, Great cause, great organization, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but he was saying, the cash tips, all the cash that we get in that night, all the proceeds go to the Eagles Autism Foundation. So it's going to a good charity. And not only that, but there's going to be a silent auction. So if you're in with those type of things and you want to join in, I mean, it's probably not hard to join in. I don't know how Dalton has it set up, but we're giving away a lot of cool prizes. So don't miss out.
yeah. Dolt sent a picture in the group chat the other day. Definitely have a cool prizes. I don't know if he
I
announced
don't know.
them.
He didn't tell me to say anything, so I'm just gonna
I think
let it
he
be.
I think he posted on Instagram the other day. I know there's a
Okay.
couple things that the Eagles physically sent him.
Yeah.
I know there are a couple different autograph things. I don't know what exactly. So I don't want to, spoil what those things are or who's autographed. But I know he did say that there are a couple autograph things that they are going to auction away.
Hmm.
Um, so definitely show up tomorrow. Definitely bring some cash. Come out, support a good cause, and
And you could even bring your parents. You could bring whoever you want, your friends, family, doesn't matter. It's just going to be a great, great night for the 302 Birds podcast and the Eagles Autism charity event. So if you have the time, please, please, please just stop by. But yeah, that's all me and Shard got. You close it out, Shard.
Don't have an outro, unfortunately. Still working on that, but go Phils. See you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.